Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, and today I wanted just to take some time to talk about my Rectocele Repair Surgery. It's one of my most viewed videos, and although I don't talk about it much these days, I still get so many questions that I'm answering all the time, which I absolutely love. So if you've got any questions, please reach out to me. But I thought I might do a video, considering it's been about, I'd say 7, 8, oh my goodness, it's been about 10 years now since I last had the surgery. I still remember it very well. And a lot of you asked me two main questions. Has the rectocele surgery repair helped me? And what is it like having a baby afterwards? And can I go on to have a baby? So first of all, I'll touch on the rectocele repair surgery and how it has helped me. So it definitely helped me rewind 10 years, and I'd just been having so much difficulty after the birth of my first baby, especially she was born by a forceps delivery, and I found out that I just had a bulge. Everything was really uncomfortable. I found it so difficult to go to the toilet, difficult to have a poo. I was in a lot of pain all the time. Everything was just really uncomfortable and just didn't feel right. It was absolutely horrible. So basically I went in for the surgery. I kind of pushed for that. First of all, I went to see a private surgeon and he was like, yeah, you need to have it done. And then I ended up getting referred on the NHS because I'd spent all my funds. I'd run out of money with all these appointments because I'd had to have so many tests and stuff like that. So I wish someone could have told me what tests I needed and how I could have saved money in that area. Although I wasn't keen on the hospital I had it done in, and I don't think that they told me an awful lot about my recovery. There was a lot that I had to do myself and to make myself better, which thankfully I did, from coming from a nursing background myself. So again, if you want to see a video on that, tell me and I'll make another video on that, on how to recover and how to look after yourself, because my recovery, I'm not going to lie, if you look at my past videos, it was awful. It wasn't good at all, but then I didn't really have the support that I needed at home, which was a massive fail. So I should have, there's a lot of things that I would have changed. So yeah. But the surgery did help me. 10 years down the line, I'm doing great, feeling fine, back to normal. And I have actually gone on to have a baby ever since. So the surgery helped me right away. I wish, again, that my recovery had have been a little bit quicker, and it could have been a lot better if I had have done things a little bit differently. It definitely worked. The surgery is definitely worth it. But what I will say is, you do really need to take the time to recover, because I feel like it's the kind of surgery that can just come undone, instantly come undone if you're not recovering properly, and you're still, you know, if you've got kids at home and you're still having to lift them, if you're running a business, you still have to lift heavy things, if you've still got a family to feed and you're still having to go shopping, all the things I still had to do. I think I was allowed about 3 days rest, and then or 3 to 5 days rest, and I had to be up and about. I had a very needy 3-year-old at the time. I had a very busy husband, if you like, at the time. So yeah, but the surgery definitely helped, and for anybody that's going through it, I definitely recommend it. It's life-changing. So secondly, let's talk about going on to have a baby after having rectocele surgery. So when I had the surgery, especially on the NHS, I cannot tell you how many times the surgeons and the doctors were saying to me, you're not having another baby, are you? You need to be 100% sure that you do not want to have another child. And at the time, I was 110% sure that I did not want to have another child. I had, my first birth was terrible. It broke me, and it literally broke me inside, hence the surgery. So I was at the time 100% sure that I did not want to have another child, because if they think that you're going to go on to have more children on the NHS, they are not going to spend that money on doing the surgery. Of course, fair enough, right? So, and also I was kind of, at that point as well, I was an old mum. I would have been known as an older mum. So a few years down the line, when my first child was about 7, I decided to have another baby. Something happened that was quite life-changing, and it made me rethink my life and a sibling for her. So I did actually go on to fall pregnant. However, because I'd had that surgery, I was set to have a C-section. So from day dot, as soon as I found out I was pregnant from my first midwife appointment, and I told them I'd had that surgery, I was told that I would have to have a C-section, which actually, from the trauma of my first birth, having a C-section suited me so much better. I'd already been through the recovery from my first rectocele repair surgery. And so I planned it much better. I planned my C-section much better. So I went on to have a baby and I had the C-section, so it did not affect my surgery at all. And now I have 2 children, both perfectly healthy. I'm perfectly healthy. I feel good. And everything is still in place. Everything is still fine. The only thing I have a little bit of trauma about is the way I recovered, maybe the way, the surgery was done. I think basically for me, I didn't have enough support in place at the time. Whereas when I had my C-section, I made sure I had my sister, and I had so much support in place. And I guess we can talk about this as well, because it is about childbirth. And I think if you've had a really, difficult birth, if you've gone through that really difficult birth and it's messed you up a little bit inside, it does make you feel really nervous about going on to have another baby in the future. So for me, even though I knew I was having a C-section for my second child, I still made sure I asked for all the support possible. And I was very honest that I did not have the support the first time round. I did not have the support when I had my operation. I didn't feel like I had support at home. I was very, very honest. And for someone like me to have to ask for help, I find it so, so difficult. I've always been that person that finds it really difficult to ask for any help. But I knew that having my second baby, I had to ask for the help. I could not go through another traumatic childbirth, and I couldn't go through having any more operations. I needed to be at home for my kids. So yeah, I just asked for lots of help, and actually I was referred to a midwifery team. Midwifery, I think that's what you call them. And straight away they gave me extra appointments. They checked me in with a mental health nurse. They were absolutely amazing, and I had support every step of the way. I knew what day I was booked in for my C-section, so I could be prepared and I could get my family in. So I guess the moral of the story is, do not be afraid to ask for anything. If you're booked in for a rectocele repair surgery, do not be afraid to ask any questions. Even if you think that they're really silly questions, just go for it. Write it all down on a pad. Have a notepad at home in the run-up to any appointments. And every time you think of a question, big or small, write it down and take it into the doctor's office with you, into the doctor's surgery. Whenever you're having an appointment about it, ask those questions. And actually, let me know if you'd like me to do some kind of downloadable PDF or kind of online course about this, because I do feel like I'm full of so much good information now that I've had it done. And over the past 10 years, we're still talking about it, ladies. We're still discussing it on one of my videos, or on all of my videos, and I'll put them all in like a little section so we can touch on this. Anyway, I've been wobbling on for nearly 10 minutes. So if you're due to have the surgery, good luck. Yeah, like I said, I've recovered well. I'm in great shape. I've been able to exercise. And I would say 100% go for it. Make sure you're prepared. Make sure you have that support, definitely during and after surgery. Okay, lots of love. Bye.